Got him. Ah!
Bad word.
Good morning, y'all. We are out here today on the Hobie links, and we made a 6.5 hour run to Crystal River, Florida. It is our first day of fishing out here, and it is so awesome to be fishing around these mangroves, getting a nice change of scenery, and we're gonna be testing out some new lures. Yeah, y'all stay tuned. Let's get out here, see if we can find us some snook, redfish, speckled trout. Never really know what we're gonna catch. So this is the top water we're gonna start off throwing this morning. This is a brand new lure from us. It's called the Apex, and our expected release date is actually gonna be early spring of next year. We're kind of in our final test, but yeah, it's just a top water. This is our tuxedo color, a little black and silver. And we're just gonna be throwing around some of these flats, seeing if we can hook up.
There you go.
Got him. Come here, he's swimming at me, swimming at me. All right, woo. All right, y'all, we have hooked the fish. I think it's a snook, and he absolutely blowed up on that top water. First fish of the morning. Yeah. Woo! Come here. Come on, jump for me one more time. Oh my gosh. Come here. Come here. We're sitting here low tide right now. There's no water up on the mangroves. We're kind of just fan casting this flat right here. I actually lost a giant fish a minute ago. Tied on a new lure, new top water, and we have hooked up 2 or 3 casts later. What a beautiful fish. All right, I'll try to put you in the net real quick. Yeah. So this lure that this guy ate is our Apex top water, and this bait is going to be dropping early March is our expected release date. And that right there is first snook of our Crystal River trip right here. Absolutely love coming to this place, catching these awesome fish right here. We'll go ahead and get a nice release on you. Bye-bye.
Later, dude.
We're going right here. Ah!
Bad word. Beep.
Woo! Hey, I gotta change, bro. We gotta go back to the truck. Woo! Y'all, there's nothing more scarier on a kayak than bumping into a couple of giant manatees. All right, well, the topwater bite has died down. We've not had any more bites on it, so we're gonna set this aside for the time being, and we're gonna pick up the old Hoodwink and get to work with it. So we're gonna go ahead and toss out the ultraviolet Hoodwink right here. We're starting to get the tide flowing into the mangroves, and I got a little bit more depth, so work that on a 1/4 ounce jig head, see if we can pick something up on this. Got him. Oh, giant fish. Oh my gosh, turn, Nate, turn. Oh man, that might be the one on a doggone Hoodwink. Come here. I haven't seen him come out of the water yet. Whoo, he had such a hard run. All right, come here. Come here, calm down. That might be a redfish. Yeah, okay. All right. Everybody calm down. That is a nice slot red though. And I kind of had a feeling when it didn't come out of the water that it was gonna be a redfish, but you never know out here. I did see a big old tarpon rolling earlier, and they don't call this the Nature Coast for nothing. There we go. Beautiful redfish on the ultraviolet Hoodwink. So awesome. Appreciate the fight, buddy. Even though we weren't looking for you, always a pleasant catch right there. Beautiful fish. We'll see you, buddy. Get bigger. Ah. I deserve that. I deserve that. So over here in Central Florida on the Gulf Coast, they have some pretty major tide swings. When we started this morning, we had pretty much no water was in the mangroves at all. All you could see was kind of exposed oyster beds along the mangroves out there. And we're just throwing top water at that daylight bite out on the flats, kind of out away from it, out around some potholes, stuff like that. And then now, probably like 3 hours later, there's 4 foot of water right here and flowing deep into those mangroves. So that's why we went over to soft plastic like that right there. And we're pretty much just trying to get it right up around that root system. That's where those fish are going to be hanging out. But yeah, we're going to get out here, throw some more casts, see if we can't get one of those big old snook. I know I mentioned that our top water is not going to be released until March, but if y'all are just now finding out about us or our channel, I just got hit, I think that might have been trash fish, you can pick up the HOODWINKs that I'm throwing right now on our website, southernsaltbaitcompany.com. You can look at all of our products there. And yeah, dude, this whole area right here, just seeing a ton of bait in the area. Got them. Come here, come here. Same bank. This, I'm not real sure. We got a lizard fish. Everybody just calm down. Man, ugh, yuck. Get out of there. Oh, still got my HOODWINK. And we'll chunk it back out. Got a storm barreling down on us up ahead. It's pushing a lot of wind right now, so not sure how much time we got left on the day, but definitely got something going on over there. Got him, got him. Come here. Yeah. Oh, it's heating up now. That's a snook. That might be bigger than the last one. Oh, yes. Oh. Nah, he's actually, it's a little bit smaller, I think. Still a beautiful, beautiful fish. Let's go. All right, y'all. Snook number 2 on the morning. Probably about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller than the one we caught before. We'll go ahead, get a good release on her. Bye-bye. Yes, let's go. One of the coolest fish out there you can catch is a snook. They just hit a bait so hard with so much ferocity. It's so incredible. Just, you're sitting there working that lure and all of a sudden it's 90 miles an hour. They got nice acrobatics, speed, power, the whole 9 yards, and they taste absolutely delicious. Still looking for that slot. Hopefully we can get it. We're here today and tomorrow. I'll probably roll all this into one video, but yeah, absolutely incredible. Now we'll talk about my whole setup here a little bit later on, but we'll say anytime you catch a snook, definitely need to retie your lure, because although they don't have teeth, their mouths are like sandpaper, and pretty much every time I catch a snook, no matter the size, they pretty much destroy that leader. So just gonna retie this guy on real quick and we're gonna get back to it. Got him. There he is. What do we got? Is that snook? It is snook number 3. That's a little guy right there. I think I mentioned it earlier, but snook don't have teeth. They're not gonna hurt you by lipping them, but they have extremely sharp gill plates right there that are serrated, and their fins are extremely pointy and sharp right there. They can poke you pretty good, but otherwise they're pretty harmless. And that's just a little fella right there. Get bigger, dude. Man.
Oh man.
They got bad, huh?
About to.
Dude, that wind got crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead and go check.
So all of us have made it back here. Bad squall came through. However, we lost communications with Roderick. Got FWC over here, and I think they're gonna try to put some drones up or something like that to look for him. Hopefully he comes through, but we can't get a hold of him on the phone. Starting to really get worried. Hopefully everything turns out all right, but yeah, I'll come back to y'all, let y'all know what's going on. We don't get them around Mobile Bay and stuff.
Right. I think the chances of two boats pulling.
All right, y'all, so we're in the car now. Actually got a call from a random number. Basically, Rod flipped his kayak. There was another boat nearby. The boat came by, helped him. The kayak, I guess, had a little bit of water in it, some other stuff, but the boat ended up towing Rod and his kayak to another ramp. So we're gonna go down here real quick, check on him. We'll do a full story, full breakdown in just a minute. Well, there's Rod right there, y'all, getting his kayak towed in. Can't wait to hear about this one. It was that bad, huh?
It was that bad. Good until I didn't know where I was going.
Well, I knew when your phone was going straight to voicemail, I was like, he's lost. If he ain't got his phone, he's lost out here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all, we are back in the Airbnb now, and real quick recap on what happened today. Then we're gonna let Rod talk about his kind of account of everything and what happened from his perspective. So we're out here at Ozello Trail in Crystal River. We're fishing around, and early on we saw black skies in the distance. We looked at the radar. We knew a storm was coming, right? So Rod and I were fishing together early on, and we made a decision to split up a little bit from the ramp. That was a major mistake. We never should have did that. But regardless, I'm getting close back to the ramp. The wind picked up. I hauled tail back to the ramp, and then I made a call to everybody saying, hey, I'm headed back to the ramp. We got a bad squall coming in. At that point in time, Roderick right here was on the phone, called him. He said, yep, headed back to the ramp. Whenever I get back to the ramp, I go ahead, load up all my stuff. I go to call Roderick back. I want to sit rep, check on him, see where he's at, right? His phone goes straight to voicemail. I know he hasn't been using his phone a lot. He charged it all last night. We got great signal. There's only one reason his phone would go straight to voicemail, and I knew at that point the phone was wet. The phone had to be at the bottom of the Gulf or wherever we're at over here, right? So with that in mind, this is Roderick's first time in the Ozello Keys, right?
First time.
First time.
Probably last.
Dude, you can get lost so easy out there. I mean, there's just a maze of mangrove orchards and things like that. So I'm starting to spiral. I know he doesn't have a phone. I have no idea where he's at. 45 minutes to an hour goes by. Still no Roderick. Can't get a hold of him. Phone's still going dead. FWC was in the parking lot, right? Yeah. So we're walking back and forth around FWC, looking around, trying to like jump over the mangroves and see if we see a kayak heading our way. We don't see anything. I reach out to the FWC officer. They take my information. They're getting ready to send a drone up to look for him. Jason Taylor, another guy that's with us, he was on the phone with 911. He had a dispatcher going. They were sending basically a full crew looking for Roderick. And now I'm going to let Roderick take it away and tell y'all what happened.
Well, like Nate said, man, first mistake that was made was we split up. Not a good idea, man. From there, it was all bad. He caught fish. I didn't catch fish, so it wasn't even worth it to split up in the first place. And so coming out of the cove, once he called, coming out of the cove, everything was good. It was nice and, you know, no wind, no current. As soon as I got out of the cove, I knew it was bad news, man. It was white capping. It's real shallow out there, so whenever you're in a deep spot, it's not so bad. When you start trying to go over those shallows, those waves are getting higher and higher, as you know. And as soon as I flipped my kayak, I lost my phone.
How'd you flip?
Okay, how'd I flip? I flipped because whenever I was in the waves, I'm not in my kayak. I had a different steering mechanism, and whenever the wave hit my kayak, I ended up pulling the stick forward, which turned away from the wave, and then I as soon as I realized I was flipping out of the kayak, I just went ahead and jumped out. I hurried up, flipped it all back over. I grabbed everything I could, my rods, my battery box, my fish bag, just literally everything's in the water except my phone. Didn't have my phone. Fish finder's dead. I have no way to know how to get back. And I had to really sit there, regain my composure, take a couple deep breaths. Then I had to get back into the kayak, which I highly recommend practicing over and over again so you're comfortable doing that in that kind of situation. I didn't have a problem with it. Jumped right back in the kayak, tried to just figure out where I was. Had no idea how to tell which way to get back. I mean, it literally looks all the same. I'm not in Mobile, Alabama. I'm not in, Bayou Heron.
Oh, it's super easy to get lost out there.
Dude, I was lost. Literally lost. So I hop back in the kayak, start literally just pedaling because I'm afraid to even use the motor at this point. That's really what flipped me, was the thrust from that motor going in the wrong direction at the wrong time. And so I just start pedaling. I'm hey, trying to wave down boats. Boat flies right by. About 8 people on it. About 8 people.
They didn't wave back. Hey, how you doing?
Back. Nobody seen me.
Storming and everything. They said, forget you.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. That's how I felt too. I felt forgotten out there. And then so I was like, all right, here comes another boat. Okay, maybe I get their attention. All right, hey. Well, it's storming so loud, man, that you can't hear anything with a boat motor going, and you're just cruising. Everybody's trying to just get back to the ramp. It got real bad out there real quick. And hindsight, I probably would have been better off just waiting in a cove and waiting it out. But I was already in the middle of it.
Yeah, it was about a 30-minute squall.
I've already flipped. Now I've lost my main means of navigation, which was my phone. And I knew that if I just wrapped around the corner, I had pretty much a little bit of a straight shot, and I knew the general direction that I needed to head, but I didn't know how to make it through the maze of mangroves out there. It's literally like a maze. And at that point, I just started trying to head in the, like I said, in the general direction of the launch so that I could maybe be seen by another boat. And just so happens, there's another guy. He's putting along, going very slow, he's headed actually back in the other direction whenever I waved him down. I wasn't in my yellow kayak, I was in a gray kayak, so I was even less visible. He just thought I was a log at first. So he come a little closer to investigate, finds me. I tell the guy, hey man, I need to make it to Ozello. And I don't know where I'm at. I was like, I know it's that way, but I don't know how to get there. And he didn't have a fish finder.
He didn't know how to get to Ozello, right?
He didn't know how to get to Ozello. He's from here, did not know how to get to Ozello. He was like, man, I'm going back to where I launched from. I don't really know how to get back to Ozello. So I was like, all right, well, let's figure this out. Then I said, well, I need to call my friends to let them know that I'm all right. That I lost my phone. I just want to make contact with somebody. I just talked to Nathan about 10 minutes before I flipped and lost my phone. So I know by this time they're looking for me. They're not seeing me at the launch. They're worried. Just wanted to make contact, let them know I was all right, let them know the general area I was in, maybe send them a pin or something. But the guy said, well, his phone is storming so bad that his phone is completely drenched as well. You can't touch the screen at all for him to make a call or anything. So I was like, all right, man, well, he said, you got a rope? And I was like, no. He said, well, I'll untie my anchor. He untied his anchor, got his rope. We took everything out of the kayak. I was afraid it was gonna flip again from the waves dragging it. So we took everything out of the kayak, put it over in his boat. I got in the boat with him, and we proceeded to make our way probably about an hour to the launch that he was familiar with making it to Kings Bay. And that's
Right.
whenever.
So Rod didn't have my number memorized, right? And he's using a stranger's phone. So we're right there, drones going up in the air, FWC's out in the parking lot, 911's on the call. This comes back to us, right? And then all of a sudden, like an hour and a half since my last contact with Rod, I get a text from a mutual friend of ours and business partner, Reno Sims. And yeah, he basically said that Rod reached out to him, he's good, and he's being towed in. So at that point, we were able to kind of let FWC know, hey, he's safe, this, that, and the other. They called off the drone, and ultimately we picked you up from Pete's Pier. And definitely a very, very scary moment for me, for sure. The whole time I'm just sitting there thinking, why was I not with you? You know what I mean? Because if I was with you, none of that would have ever happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we would have figured out the situation together.
Main mistake, like I said, main mistake was splitting up. No matter how many times you've been out on a kayak, no matter how good you think you are, no matter how much you think you can handle, always stick together if you have a fishing partner, at least within eyesight of each other, or at least let them know, hey, I'm in this location. Because at this point, I had done made it to a location that Nathan had no idea where I was. We had completely split. I could have went in any general direction in that hour.
There's no way I could have
In a
found you.
huge radius. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't find my way back, much less someone else find me where they didn't know I was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was sitting there preparing to really just wait it out, you know, where I was going to head in the general direction that I knew to go, but that was about all I could do, you know. And if it hadn't been for the fella Larry that came by and picked me up in that boat, I could still be out there.
Larry, we appreciate you, man.
I could still be out there waiting for somebody to find me.
Man, that's crazy. Well, yeah, so that was the episode, y'all. That's kind of what happened out there. We did catch some good fish before, you know, the situations that occurred happened, right? Yeah, no doubt. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If y'all did, leave us a like, comment with any questions, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you on the next one. We got one more morning out here fishing, so the next video that drops should be a continuation of this trip, day 2 out here in Ozello. Hopefully going to get that big snook. But yeah, we will see you on the next adventure, and see you later.